Oh, well, that's it. It's all over. We can reflect and, just think about the good times we had. It was fun. You know, it wasn't a long time, but we had a good time. It was a good time, not a long time. But today's a tough day, guys. Very, very difficult day for all of us. Um, Thank you guys so much for joining the service here this afternoon or this morning. Our first speaker of the morning will be Zach from Subway. He's told you guys in the past to stable up, and well, some of you listened, some of you didn't. But we'll get to Zach here in a little bit. But guys, what the hell's going on? Welcome back to the Crypto Breakfast Club. Yeah, the market crashed, but I think there is a huge silver lining. We're gonna get into it, guys. What's up? Thank you guys for appreciating my humor. That's awesome. But yeah, guys, share the space. I this is crazy, man. I mean, this this is a it's worse than FTX. It's worse than COVID. It's worse than Luna. I mean, really? What? It's worse than DeepSeek. I mean, what the? This is crazy. This is peak fear, man. And I just got this. Where the hell's Matt? Is Matt in here? Put a tinfoil hat on my head in my profile picture because I think there's something really, really big going on behind the scenes. I think this is all by design. We know that they manipulate the market through exchanges and market makers. This is peak fear, though, right? And obviously, we know what's going on. If you've been hiding under a rock, we'll fill you in. Trump tariffs, being announced, going live, all of this has created fear in the markets. I get it. There's some uncertainty, right? I mean, and stocks are getting hit a little bit too, but there's no reason for this big of a sell-off. And I just think there's something really, really going on behind the scenes. I know for sure the institutions in Wales are buying up the fear. They're creating fear in the market. And I can't even tell you how many text messages I've gotten in the last 24 to 48 hours. People who are early to crypto, you know what they're saying. I mean, you could basically relay the text right now, right? And it sucks because so many people who just came into this market are getting flushed out. And I just, but hopefully they're in this space. Hopefully they're here with us today because I think there's just a massive opportunity here. I mean, this is to me not the time to go buy meme coins. This is the time to load up on your blue chips, load up on your high conviction plays. Not financial advice, but Ondo Finance, Ethereum. I mean, where do you want to go? Cardano. Where do you want to go right now? I mean, BitTens or Tau. I mean, there's so many different plays here, depending on if you want RWA, AI, layer ones. And I just put that post up there in the nest. I literally just sent that out 12 minutes ago. I think this is all by design. Call me crazy. But I think we're going to get some major crypto news coming out this week that is literally going to pump the market and people are going to FOMO back in. And this is going to look like a big old nothing burger. I don't know if it'll happen as soon as like today, tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know. Call me crazy, but bookmark that post, see if I'm right, and put in the comment section if you agree, disagree. I can't wait to hear everybody's thoughts on this. What you guys are doing. I've got.
I don't want to interrupt you. I gotta do this. It's really important. Firstly, I can't be here long today because it's my birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, bro.
Thanks, man. Secondly, fucking Wintermute, they better fucking go to jail, bro. I put it early in the morning before Wintermute dumped nearly 30% of the market, which is an exact ratio for retail. And they used Coinbase to move it, and Coinbase helped them short it out with Binance. They move Binance and Coinbase, help fuck the market through Solana and Ethereum, and damage. I mean, all of the fucking equilibrium we had and the momentum we had gone. They started it though. So yeah, people can talk about Trump. They could talk about fucking um, BlackRock. They could talk about Microsoft. None of them did this because it was just a regular flow. We had 10 or 30% all the time, and then today, in a day and a half, we had 30 to 50% down across the market, and more fear and mongering because of the looming competition in AI. It shouldn't be that type of market response at all. If anything, it should light a fire under AI's in the free world's ass and make everything come to life. And then there's all of this extra, we have all of this extra fear mongering even from governments right now. Based on there was news released about COVID today that, surprise, surprise, it didn't really come from China's motivation. More declassified, documents are coming out. And if you look at the Canadian dollar and the peso and the euro, they're all super down against the dollar, but not the Chinese renminbi. That's confusing as fuck to me. We're going to have another big meeting. They're going into trade talks tomorrow. So I think the good news is markets already recovered 10% right now as we speak, or right now. And I think the talks with Xi Jinping, again, I think the narrative is already known. I think we're going to go back to being golden. You saw all of the news on Tether. No need to talk about that. But Wintermute 2025, no financial advice, no ethical advice, but they had better be going to fucking jail, bro. Because they really they've been a wash marketer this whole time, all of those market makers, but Wintermute was supposed to be one of the good ones, and they fucked everybody that's here. Everyone. I wrote a big thread on it today.
I love the insights. Is this just selfishness and basically to destroy leverage longs? I mean, and so why do you do this? I mean, what's the motive?
They knew.
What's the motive?
Bro, they had this coming, and it's funny though. They blamed the congestion and the latency on Solana network, but it was really the exchanges that were causing some of the back end slowdowns, right? So that kind of put a little bit more fear in. And then when they dumped with the 32, almost $1 billion now altogether across mostly Sol and Ethereum, they knew Sol had 60% of the liquidity coming in right now, right? And they waited and they just dumped. But the two co-founders at Wintermute are not far friends from Sam Bankman-Fried. This is historical knowledge. Everyone knows that. And they the only thing that I could point to this is just greed. They made it to where there's no shorts. They had all of the information early. They knew that they could get the exchanges to back up and make it stagnant enough to where only themselves and the exchanges had priority on transactions. So even people that were knowledgeable couldn't short to kind of contain the damage. Bro, this is super insider trading, bro. This is the worst case, I think, in the history of a strategic dump of a rug being pulled, and it's done by a market maker. So this is the fucked part. They're making money.
What's the name again?
Wintermute. Go through my thread. You'll see it.
Okay.
Wintermute, man, this is the worst one of all time, bro. It's a
they
shame
are the top market maker too, Larry. Right? I mean, they are pretty sure they're number one, right?
Yeah, it's them, and then DWF, and then the one other one is gone now because of the FBI, right? Got bit or whatever. But check this out, man. There's no explaining. There's no rhyme or reason other than they got greedy and they're like, fuck it. They make money on protocols money. They're getting paid in tokens. They're wash trading already, and then they have when you have a market maker of that size, they have direct relationships with the biggest exchanges, and they can time both of their arbing and their front running bots and their market making bots, and they have direct API, and they're running all of that money through the exchanges, and the exchanges have all of that. Then they can give statistics and numbers on how much retail is coming in at right at the strategic time. Stop, slow down trading, and then they have all of that retail to pull in, and then there's no room for short. There's no time for you to do any containment strategy, and they know ahead of time because they're using the main exchange's API. They have the fastest API, and when they share these, and most of the market making bots are done in cooperation with most centralized exchanges. This is if we don't hold Wintermute accountable, and I was one of the first people to talk because I analyzed this. I was like, how in the fuck could this happen? We were up, correcting 30%. We were just in that same, kind of a mold of, what it's been for like the last 3 or 4 months. And then all of a sudden you see big movement on Wintermute, and then you see the moving of tokens, and then you see, Coinbase helping them do the artificial DCA. So people think it's, just normal. They waited on a weekend on purpose because they know this was a big political weekend. There's all kinds of other things happening, and just snuck it. And then when people try to react, all of a sudden Solana became stagnant, or transactions couldn't be done on the 2 major exchanges enough for them to make a 5 or 6 or 10x on that 30 million or whatever. Bro, it took every drop of retail investment out. It's fucking just absolutely criminal. And everyone here should fucking boycott Wintermute and some of the other market makers. This is, it's the little bit of funny business was one thing, but now this is criminal. If they don't go to jail, bro, it's a travesty of justice.
Great breakdown, man. I love it. I'm hearing reports, Larry, and for anybody else who wants to jump in here, like everybody's reporting, 2 billion liquidated, 2 billion liquidated. I'm hearing it's more like 6 to 8 billion.
Bro, it is 12 billion liquidated. All of the assets haven't even been wet or had time to dry yet. The concrete's still wet, man. There's at least 12 billion gone. We have 6 to 10 billion right now in DeFi, but we haven't even looked at futures, perpetuals, because we won't know until the next day. We're looking at like 10 to 12 billion right now, Zach. The 6 to 8 is like a little toothpick. But that being said, we're back 10% already. We're already back 10% in about 6 hours time, 6 to 8 hours time after the shock and awe.
Would you agree that this is a massive opportunity? And I hate
it's
to say
absolutely,
it,
bro.
it's cliche, because every time the market dumps, everybody's like, "Oh, this is an opportunity." Bro, I get it, right? But I really do believe it.
Do you see the rhetoric and the narrative being put out by all of the big financial and institutional financial houses and the banks? They're not sweating at all. They've doubled down. The only thing one thing that's kind of a bearish indicator is MicroStrategy hasn't bought any Bitcoin since late January till now. That's kind of a bearish sign. But everyone else is continuing to invest in the other main foundational tokens. We had 4 before, we have 8. So XRP, Ondo, HBAR, all of those are moving forward. Sui, Algorand, all of them are moving forward, right, into deeper territory as far as being bought up. XRP dumped ridiculously, but it's already back halfway. And it's just they're trying to create enough of a. They're not going to let their financial instruments and vehicles fail. All these new ETFs, all these banking products, it's just not going to be meant to fail. And I guess this is just the biggest softening we've had. And you have to expect this kind of softening because we had one token pull in nearly $1 trillion. I'm talking about Trump token. I'm not talking about the 600 whatever up front and the billions up front, but I'm talking about the last ripples that it left. It left $1 trillion worth of ripple from this one, token play. Solana sucked up like 60% of all the flexible liquidity in the market. And then we go from, basically baseline support levels where everyone's happy again. Bitcoin, people forgot 48 hours ago, Bitcoin hit 106, 107 and went back down to 102, 105, which we would expect, but then dropped down to 92 today. That's bigger than the dump, the stock market dump. I almost feel like the Japanese stock market dump was like a test, like a precursor to this artificially induced black swan event to see how the market.
XRP went down to 182.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it was basically a scam wick. I mean, that just goes to show you, like, what the hell's really going on here, you know?
Bro, we had like 4 of those Japanese stock market. I feel like there was more fear and loathing during when the Nisei dumped till what it is now. Like people are so shocked right now that they're just like, okay, this sucks. But I don't know how the housing market can be better right now, Zach. Zach, do you know that the housing market interest rates dropped to 0.5% to 1% in most localities? Prime interest rates. Houses over $1 million are the fastest growing subset for purchasing homes right now, and home sales around and real estate are up, which is odd though because this type of market inflection should have bottomed out the housing market too, but it didn't. We have lowered interest rates, so that's why I know these market conditions are fugazi, man, because gold is up, housing markets are in good standing right now. The employment report is up, but people have bought more houses within the last 80 days than we have in quite some time. So I don't. This is just not. This is artificially induced 100% because this type of impact on financial markets should have repercussions even into the housing market. But it's been quite the opposite. The housing market is in complete stimulus right now. Every real estate agent I know are super busy, and in banking has gotten a bit of a push from this. Gold is up. If when we have this type of liquidity burn in the market, gold and precious metals are usually down with our digital assets. But it's quite the contrary. Gold is up in international markets by like 15% right now. So these are very odd conditions, and it just screams of a scam. It really is just a fucking super scam, bro. Excuse my language.
Good morning. I'm sorry to interrupt. Zach and everybody. I wish everybody's having a good day. And I just got a question for you, Larry, regarding all this. How you mentioned that Coinbase and Binance helped them out. Wouldn't also should be accountable for this, for helping cause this? Because
They are, because as someone smarter than me on my Saturday space mentioned, the exchanges are the front layer. They're the first representation layer, the interface there. They no longer can do what they're doing now. So yeah, they need to be held accountable, and shame on them for doing that. But you got to think now. I am for the president. I'm bipartisan. I'm not a Democrat or Republican, but something like this would have to have been done with them knowing, because they would never allow a market maker like this and then an exchange to help them short and then contain the short only for themselves and then let us be exit liquidity. This is just heinous, And Wintermute is just supposedly just a market maker for protocols, but they fucking market made and wash traded the whole of Solana and 60% of the liquidity from retail, equating to 25 to 30% of the whole market. That is fucking nuts, bro, and unacceptable. There's in South Korea, there's a poll going on right now for what is the percentile that the team at Wintermute are going to go to jail, and it's 97%. My DM box is full. Like, I used to think that Wintermute was trying to be the kind of the in between, but they are sacks of shit just like most other market makers. And I doubled down on this thing about the exchanges, man. Shame on them, the biggest ones, for letting us be their exit liquidity, because that's exactly what happened. Retail became the exit liquidity. There's no other excuse. This is, I spent 10. I didn't even sleep, bro. I was so shook by this. I wrote the threads, and I put it out there. And shame on Coinbase, especially, and Binance to a certain extent as well. But it was almost like they were forced to be put in. Binance was almost forced to be put in this position because the 3 degrees of separation as far as liquidity flows, right? They couldn't get left behind and have their assets be shelved because Coinbase had alpha from Wintermute, and Wintermute was using them as a direct interface exchange. This is just a whole new level of collusion I've never seen before, and it enrages me. We need to hold them accountable. You know what I'm saying? This is just nuts, and I'm just blown away by this, man. Fuck exchanges, man, and fuck market makers, especially fuck market makers, though, because they're the ones that, yeah. The two co-founders at Wintermute, fuck them too, man. Based out of London, have a big APAC team. Let them know, bro. And the Chinese market was enraged by what they did, you know. So I and a couple other co-authors, I helped them, you know, get all the metrics, and they put it out in Chinese media too, and in Korea it's a hot take right now as well. Fuck these guys, man. You know, fuck exchanges like Poloniex too. You know, doing whatever. You think the serial ruggers in the space are bad, or the Jeters are bad? They're nothing compared to market makers, bro. And some of the exchanges, they're the absolute worst. So if you ever intend on launching a project, just launch on a swap or a DEX like Uniswap. Use your own community's liquidity. Get a few communities together and do your raise yourself. And man, I don't know what the future is for exchanges and market makers, but this is not what we signed up for. This is totally against the grain, and they need to be held accountable, man. You think the institutional and investment houses are, and you know, equatable finance houses are bad. They're nothing compared to these fucks, bro. Sorry about that. It's just shit, bro. I've seen all of our portfolios have been impacted tremendously, and I don't even fucking trade. You know, that's the worst fucking part about it. I don't even try. Did nothing to hurt these bastards, right? But here it is, man. We're all down, affecting our generational wealth, our families, and our ability to be mobile in the space. And I think it's almost like that's what they tried to do, you know? But what is the motivation for emptying this much liquidity out to where there's not even, some people don't have enough liquidity to DCA? You know, you have to think of what is their inkling? Why are they softening positions this much? But the good news is you see the market wake back up 10% immediately, which means there's just, you know, if you do the math, there's 100 times more money in the space than there ever was before. So that is the good news. But we have to start holding these assholes accountable for. I mean, this is just theft. This ain't even a rug pull. This is just stealing at its highest level, you know. And I'll stop with that, guys. I'm gonna try to enjoy the rest of my birthday. So.
Appreciate it, brother. Let's get Mar in here. Mar's been chomping at the bit, I think, to get in here. Mar, what's going on, man?
Hey, man. Hope everyone is doing great. Yeah, man. No, just for me, the simple stuff. I saw this. I saw something coming. Myself and the team. Uh, from gathering information. I know that something similar to Larry that we're posting on our Telegram, left and right, that they just couldn't fucking figure it out. Why is, because I have a few guys that are, very knowledgeable with all this stuff, and they're like, a few days ago, they're like, man, there's shit like. Just what Larry said, they couldn't even figure out, should we short this shit? Should we? We're so fucking confused. And normally, you just never know, Zach, up or down. You got to go with your risk management. I think we're gonna go more on the upside. I think we're gonna go on the downside this week. And they couldn't figure it out. They just couldn't figure it out until we actually made a decision that, you know what, this is fucking bearish. Uh, there's only one person that I actually spoke about this outside of the group. Actually, two people. One is not even. He's not even on X or anything. It's a friend of mine, and I actually spoke to Pay 3 days ago. They're even thinking that we might be trading sideways for some time. But I came to Pay 3 days ago, and I told him, "Yo, Pay, I am super fucking bearish. I mean, shit might go down." And does this mean, people, that I sold my positions? Hell no. I don't get out. I did not get out of any of my positions. A few positions I did get out even before this news started coming with me and my boys. Um, I did sell a lot of Caspa around close to 20 cents, especially with the little FUD that we have, the issues we had with the smart contracts minting, and said, I'm just going to take a chance. didn't get out of my position completely and get that golden buys on the 10 cents, where we saw an opportunity that this was going to happen around this time. When I'm in the Telegram, Zach, I don't tell people when to buy, when to sell. I just give them my opinion. And you saw how I expressed my opinion when we were down, I think like 12, 15%. I am buying blue chips now. And then you saw me when I finally said, I'm buying now. We were also staring at that $3 trillion market cap. We felt like we were going to bounce off that. Just I'm gonna saying the whole market cap, the whole we did. We went just under, and when I saw that we went just under, that's when I said I'm buying. And I mean, when I saw Caspa at 8 cents, I'm like, look, I don't give a shit if this shit goes down to 5 cents. I'll buy some now, and I'll buy a little bit later. Uh, all these are long term holds. This is not. I'm not treating this 30% dump for a quick buck. Um, you know, uh, if not, I would have never bought Caspa for a trade. You got to be stupid to buy Caspa for a trade because Caspa has been a slow mover going up. For a trade, maybe something like Dodge, XRP. Those are the ones. But I treated this as I'm gearing up my positions long term even more now that I'm down. I took a beating on IVAX. But yeah, man. I saw this coming. I spoke to Pate about it. Again, I could never come into your Telegram and say, people buy this. I always tell you what I'm not buying, when I'm buying, and that's up to you, you know? Um, but, it's just sad. I had a few friends of people, people saying, man, this is going to be a market makers party. And it just sucks. And for people to understand, you know, I am still bullish. I don't feel like I'm near a bear market. I feel like this is just going to take more time. We got to get regulations to come in and understand something, man. And this is probably going to open up your eyes how early we are into crypto. You saw a few weeks ago, you know, how Nvidia, a 3.5, 3.6, whatever it was, $1 trillion market cap stock went down 20%. That's 20%. They basically call that a freaking falling knife in the stock market. That's insane for a company like Nvidia. Down 20%. The stock went from 147 to 117. That's exactly 20%. They manipulated the fuck out of it. You saw it, and then you saw it bounce back up. Like I want to say, like 5%, a little bit more than 5%. And the whole crypto space, guys, is exactly Nvidia's market cap, maybe a little bit higher, with a lot of young investors. A lot of projects that have no no utility. It's just community like meme coins. A lot of projects that haven't even launched the utility. So imagine something like Nvidia dropping 20%. With heavy utility. I mean, the number one stock in the world at that time. What When they manipulate crypto, same market cap as it's easy to manipulate it. Now, if this market was in 20, 30 trillions, so it will be a different beast. But we're still young, and this kind of shit is still gonna happen because we are basically one the whole market, the whole crypto space is one top market cap stock, you know, in the Nasdaq. And if you notice how these people, Larry, they fucked with altcoins. When I saw Bitcoin not take a beating, at least 15%, and altcoins at 30 plus percent, how they did not fuck with Bitcoin. They did not fuck with Bitcoin because they
This is
know
a this is an attack on retail.
yeah,
Where I
this is
put
an attack.
that's it, bro.
Yeah, altcoins, they attacked Ethereum and XRP. They went after XRP and Ethereum, and that caused the fucking bearish dump. But man, I gotta give it to somebody. It's down today a little bit more, but man, Solana hold it like a fucking warrior, man. That thing was holding as strong as Bitcoin. I gotta give it to Solana on that. But it's sad to see these things, Larry. You know, me and myself and Brian from Chain have always been like fuck market makers. If it was me, bro, if I own Chain, I would delist my fucking that coin from all the exchanges, and I'll make them buy my
Yeah.
fucking coins if they ever want to list it. Fucking grow some. It's time for these projects. It's time for crypto projects to grow some fucking balls. Say I'm out of your fucking exchanges, and just change the culture, man. But you know what? You know what it is? There will be blood to change the culture. There has to be blood, and I'm willing
Well,
to fucking bleed for this space
boy,
to get better.
boycott Wintermute, man. Starting off, fucking just they deserve to get fuck any of the bad coals, the rug pullers, the rug teams. Don't think about bad bundles. Don't think of the hardest rug we've ever had. I mean, this is with no lube, is what Wintermute started, and with the
Larry,
exchange.
my
This
boys, if you go into my chat, my boys have posted over 70 fucking pictures the last 3 days of charts and liquidations, and they just couldn't figure it out, dude.
well, Wintermute they rolled. It's like they did a reverse bundle. They called back almost all of the, they listed so many tokens and helped market make or wash trade these tokens, which you will never know how many actually they did because they're airtight a little bit, right? But if you start tracing back, I invite some of you wallet sleuths, go through and look at some of the top projects in Solana and Ethereum, and you will find a Wintermute link there, right? Oh, but secondly, though, this is not financial advice or whatever, but you better short some AI stocks because today Alibaba's Quen 2.5 upgrade went. It's called Quen, and Quen is more of a monster than DeepSeek. People are starting to shake down some. There's no perfect AI toolbox, right? But Quen 2.5 and WeChat's R2 is coming to be available for public consumptions. No one's stopping them right now. I invite you to utilize them and store them while you can, because the political climate, I think there's going to be some softening and some compromise after the trade talks, because President Trump's entering into. I think there's going to be stimulus within the next week because they're going to enter into heavy talks. And I don't think it's any surprise that the RMB didn't lower against these tariffs and kind of adverse conditions compared to like the peso and the Canadian dollar. Uh, those all took a dump, and even the euro took a few point hit. But renminbi has stayed solid. It hasn't changed at all, even with the equilibrium of the markets. The markets in the APAC exchange are up 10-15% on this. But short and get ready if you're invested in like OpenAI or any of the local AI available utilities. They haven't, and this is the crazy part, man. It's been 1 week and they've been crickets quiet. They don't have an answer. They haven't even responded, which tells me one thing, that it was a scam, bro. I'm not taking
Hey,
shots.
Larry, you
Yeah.
know, well, you don't know about the situation, but people, guess who I took? You know, I was so mad last night, and I took it on that lady that says she's always won in every trade for like 2 years in a row. I went up in that bitch. She was blaming it on men. This is happening, man. This she was going on. I go, hey, you didn't win today, did you? I
Yeah,
went.
yeah.
I
Hey,
found her on the next page, and I went at it with
Mar,
her, man.
that's the perfect example of what egos are. When Sam Altman said, "You can try, but there's going to be nothing that's comparable," and he's just faded the fact that he got whistles blown on him, and then now they've been quiet. Any company, be it Apple or any of the Silicon Valley based companies before, would have an immediate answer, right? But instead, they're just letting their shareholders die a horrible death, bro. And but they just can't do anything about it because DeepSeek allowed lightweight framework setups. You're basically a PC, a tablet, or your phone to be as powerful or better utility than OpenAI on a heavy piece of hardware. Someone that had lots of computer or GPU power. And now Quen 2.5 is coming out, and it's optimized even more for mobile device usage. And then we have, R2 from Wishing, and there's 3 more. And South Korea is going to release 2 AI toolboxes. So we're losing, man. They got to do something, bro. OpenAI has the lion's share of the market. This is what happens when you have ego and you over monopolize your position based on what artificial market sentiment, right? You can't come with an unloaded gun. You can't come with an empty gun or a gun with only 3 shells, right? And you have a gun now that has 15 shells. You have 7 plus much more louder and scarier AI toolboxes that are much more capable than DeepSeek out of China. So short the fuck out of US AI stocks or whatever AI stocks, because it's going to get bloodier in that sector. I hope some of that liquidity retraces back into DeFi, because there's a direct correlation, right? There's lots of good AI tokens here, and they are most of the AI.
I think Tau is super undervalued in my opinion right now. Super undervalued.
Tau Tensor. There's Hash AI. There's ICP. Yeah, or IP. Yeah, in my internet computer. Those are all powerhouses, man. And you look at the compute side on Arbitrum. And there's lots of protocols that are releasing more AI. So there's lots of protocols in the space that are as much of a technological startup as they are an ICO or an initial token offering. So, man, I'm not saying that DC and but put your money where you're from. I mean, support your community. Work for the community bag. Now, I mean, I think that's what's keeping us in the fight, is because people know now we've been fucked, But yeah, we are the exit. Retail has become the exit liquidity. And the worst part, it's not even from the banks or the financial houses, Zach. It's from one of our own, someone that started in our space, and it was a service provider for many of the biggest protocols here. Before it would get lots of hype when you got a cooperation listed on Wintermute, because they're not the easiest market maker to get down with, both them and DWF. And you can see, and it's like Diddy kind of stuff, bro, because you used to see the pictures of those guys from Wintermute with with Sam Bankman-Fried and their little their techno nerd freak girls that they were all having the orgies with and stuff. And then you saw one of the founders at DWF try to drug that Chinese influencer girl and got caught. And then they try to fade it off. They have to be held accountable. This level of ego, and it's almost like their outward ethical behavior reflects their financial behaviors here in the space. We got to hold them accountable, man. This is unacceptable, bro.
I want to get Zach in here too. I think Zach wanted to jump in a little bit ago. We'll get to everybody too. Guys, make sure you share the room. Zach, go ahead, man.
Everything is going to zero. I told you all to buy stable coins. Just kidding. But no, it's true. I think we're going to see a bloodbath. I do see March being pretty bullish. Trump drained the liquidity and then dumped on everyone. And look at the market now. So stables, when things are really hot and people are excited and they think it's going to keep going up, I say this. I treat the market just like a meme coin. When things are at the hottest level and you think it can go more, it's a good time to maybe stable up a little bit, because it's always a retracement. It's crypto. Things go up, things go down. So that is really my take on the market.
Zach, did you read the article? Fuck, I don't know where. I just read it today that Trump made $800 million.
Yep. I saw that. Exactly what did I say? I said this. He's in it to make money. He doesn't give.
Made a video on it. It's actually I put it up in the nest. I made a video on that this morning.
That was you, man. I've read so much this morning already, Zach. Sorry for that. I know I heard it from
it's learning times.
Yeah, $800 million. Look at that. I mean, all the liquidity went over to his project. He made tons of money, and now, I mean, things are selling off. Crypto does not like FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt, and that's what's happening. Tariffs, everything. You can't be so blindsided, being deep into crypto. You got to watch news and what's going on, and that can give you a good indication of what's going on. Yeah, he's pro crypto, but doesn't mean all the countries like him. You know what I mean? So, and with that retaliation comes markets dumping and manipulation, just like Larry was saying. And that's just how I play the market. You know, as a avid trader, I try to be ahead of the curve. And I was saying a couple weeks ago to stable up when everything was hot, everyone was excited, things were moving, and that was a good indication for me to be ahead of the curve, to sell off a little bit, stable up, and wait for this dump. I still see a retracement a little bit more. The uncertainty is there. You know, in the housing market, I think everything's going to crash soon. Nobody has any money. Let's be honest here. Yeah, you can, interest rates go down, but that still doesn't put money in people's pocket. So the average person doesn't have money. The market's oversaturated with shit coins and everything. So in order to see an altcoin season, we need tons of liquidity back in the market. And like Larry was saying, that was great insight into the real estate market, that everything's up $1 million, but people don't have money. So eventually they're not going to be able to afford that, and things will get, they're going to go down with the housing market. This is why I love crypto. It's liquid. I said this forever. Even though it's blood red, you can still liquidate if you need to. You're not going down with the mortgage, but you have to, at times of greed, you need to be the bigger man and sell off a little bit. Even if it goes up 1%, 2%, don't catch that FOMO, because it will come back down. What goes up must come down 100%. And I'm still freaking bullish. I mean, Bitcoin's still at 96K right now. That is still extremely bullish from day one of Bitcoin. And through times, I mean, everything is uncertain. When Trump came into office, we kind of knew what, the Democrats do. They kind of just hand out money and things kind of stay just level. But you never know what Trump can do. He can literally say, fuck this country, or I'm going to send crypto to the moon. So the volatility in the space is going to be insane. I still think 2025 is going to end on a high note. It's just, things retrace when they pump. And unfortunately, Trump's got everyone's money. And you got to be smarter than him and sell off when things are hot and buy when it's blood red. And that is exactly, I watch the billionaires, how they move. And who is that? The poor dad, rich guy, whatever the fucking guy is. He's predicting blood red coming soon. Housing market's going to crash. So, these people know something. So I kind of follow their lead a little bit. I don't know if they're fighting. That is kind of market manipulation when those kind of guys are saying what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But you can't deny the fact that they're saying it. You may not agree, but if you follow them a little bit, you might be able to survive. So just take profits.
Zach,
Go on.
Zach, if you really want to know if the market housing is going to crash, follow two cities. Well, when I say cities, follow South Florida from Fort Lauderdale all the way down to Miami, and follow I want to say like Arizona, which are the two greediest ones, and the two that really went bad back in 2008, 2009. Just when I mean follow, go to Realtor and look at the prices. All the houses here are fucking. I mean, when you going to see properties now around, in the Miami area, the 305. So a lot of people know more 305 than Miami now, but
yeah,
you could see 25, 50, 75,000 dollars out of the taken off the price because you see the updates, and a lot of houses are not selling anymore. People are trying to sell it way too expensive, but soon we'll start. I want to start seeing prices that are respectable in the market getting cut, because right now the prices the people are giving you like 25,000 less is because they're too overpriced. But once I'll see a house, let's say I want to say around the Westchester area in Miami, that they could easily sell right now for 600,000, 650, right? Once those start getting price cuts, then it's game on. Once you see $600,000 get a price cut in the Westchester area, that's when you're like, oh shit is happening,
Yeah,
And
no,
I'll look
100%. And even through like this bloodshed, Solana's held hard. I've been saying this. That some of those top coins, they've held hard. And don't underestimate the ones with the ETFs and what's coming. Those ones are going to do very well. Money's going to flow into those Ethereum,
They're
Solana.
let them fail.
What?
They're not going to let them fail. They're not going to let those
No.
financial vehicles fail.
Guys, remember,
You know,
so I just posted, expect maybe potentially big news this week. I don't know if you guys saw that post right before the fucking space, less than an hour ago. I just put it in the nest. President Trump's AI and crypto czar David Sachs to host a press conference February 4th, 2:30 p.m.
Perfect.
on how America will secure its position as a leader.
Listen, and when the money's going to flow in with the ETF, so you have to.
And I don't know what's going to be said there, but I mean, I don't know, man. Matt, you got me tinfoil hatted today, but I just think this is a bigger play for them to get retail out. I mean, who did this hurt the most? It hurt all the people who came in and bought Trump's meme coin. It hurt all the people buying meme coins, all the degens. They got wiped.
I sold that shit at the top.
This is why you have to hold Bitcoin in your portfolio. You have to hold blue chips. If you want to degen, have fun. But do it with a small percentage of your portfolio. Otherwise, you're going to get fucking wrecked.
One third, and 1/3. I've always said that too. 1/3 stables, because they are actually more stable. I mean, there's a reason why they're called stables. So you have
cash on the sideline. I agree.
You know, but no, real quick though, I dropped you a direct message of even Zach XVT has wrote a long on Coinbase now, Zach. So Zach XVT is going after Coinbase now, both for why they're holding people's accounts and questionable ethical activities.
Larry, do you see now FTX now? Do you see many exchanges exploding in the next, and that will be the next bear market?
Bro, they're going to get thinned out, and it's not going to be. I don't know if it's going to be that bear, but what I'm going to see is like you're going to have your haves and your have-nots. What I mean by that is the big exchanges have a political foothold, so they're not going anywhere. So yeah, Coinbase is going to need to make some adjustments, but they're not going anywhere, no matter. And yeah, Binance has had questionable behavior too. I'm not even not fading Binance, because yes, even with CZ, you know, and He and David Tang, it's not all like black and white, right? I mean, exchanges are there to make money at the end of the day. But you know, I would like to see exchanges like Kraken and Robinhood. I'd like to see some more competition for domestic exchanges in the U.S. because I think it would just be better, you know. So I think similar to like Hong Kong and China, the new policy changes are going to allow new exchanges to come into the market. And what I mean by that in North America, I think you're going to see a BlackRock or an Ondo or a Hedera exchange. I think you're going to see mostly a BlackRock exchange, or with a major bank, and they're going to use XRP as their on and off ramping rails. I see that coming, because there's no rhyme or reason for the type of amount of liquidity they're building up, other than the fact if they don't want to have some type of banking, which in our world would be exchanges. But you can see how much power centralization has in DeFi. As much as we don't like it, it's happening, right? It's a double-edged sword. We have this tremendous amount of liquidity where we can bounce back. Before, we didn't have room for 8 main foundational altcoins. You know, we had just 4, and now we have 8 or more on any given day. We have one, they could funnel all the liquidity combined, and plus, like Solana does, or Bitcoin does on any given day. So those are all kind of like, kind of rays of light at the end of the tunnel. But I think we're going to see a BlackRock commodities exchange. I think it's going to be a hybrid exchange where you're going to see, TradFi mixed with all of the financial products that are being developed in the space. And that's why stable token grants for stable token, or investing for stable token, has superseded a lot of utility right now. If you look at any of the major VCs or the investment houses in the world right now, 9 out of 10 are looking for, providing or developing a stable token algorithm. And the banks are, I have consulted HSBC for the last year for this reason, right? But now all the banks and all of these houses are trying to come up with their own stable token. Stable token is going to be the banking for decentralized finance internationally. And like I told you, people said, all of these people are talking about delisting Tether, delisting USDT, and how does Tether respond? How do the markets respond? Oh, we're going to go on Lightning Network. We're going to be a first layer organic provider for Bitcoin. Then they have a gold backed USDT, and then they have a layer agnostic stable token algorithm coming on called USDT 0. They haven't faded at all. It hasn't affected the price of USDT, and still to this day, you could talk about USDC, you could talk about even BUSD. Both of those have depegged. USDT is the only one that has not ever depegged on printed money or not. And that guy Kramer talks so much shit about stable tokens, but then he's like, you need to buy Bitcoin. You need to buy Bitcoin. But this is the ugly truth that people don't want to talk about. When you buy Bitcoin or you hold Bitcoin, you are holding USDT. You are holding Tether. They have a 1-to-1 relationship. Just like Ethereum has a 1-to-1 relationship with 90% of the EVMs in the space. It doesn't matter if it's Solana
Without
or whatever.
Tether, there is no Bitcoin, Larry. I mean, right? It's as simple as that.
It's not. You cannot have it. You will not have an on-ramp, an off-ramp. And like I said, Tether, how can Tether make an announcement to go on one of the, native layers for Bitcoin to provide a solution for Bitcoin usage, and make a partnership with Lightning Network, and Lightning Network saying, okay, we're going to try to fix this. We're going to try to bring back Opcat and all of these other access portals for Bitcoin. This deep in the game with all this bad news, it is not feasibly or economically or ideologically possible unless they know something we don't. And I've been telling you guys, Tether ain't going nowhere, bro. If Tether goes away, Bitcoin effectively goes away, because there's not an effective on-ramp and off-ramping rail for the actual fiat currency or in-bank money without Tether. So all those people talking shit, and they're pulling the market down with it because they're lowering the sentiment. If anything, I would tell you to double down and hold some USDT, because they're trying to trick people out of using USDT. Because if you have a VPN, you have a swap, and you have access to decentralized exchange, you can use fucking USDT all day. So like, fuck you, whatever. We have that option still. It doesn't matter if they get pulled off the centralized exchanges. And this is one of the reasons why they're pulling it off the centralized exchanges. Not because of the EU, not because of pressure from North America and the narrative between BRICS and North America. Yeah, there is a little bit of stigma on that. But because those people can't control what you're doing with your money. And USDT still is accepted in more places than it's not. So keep that in mind. The man will always tell you, don't fucking use USDT, don't hold USDT, especially for us Americans. But that's a complete crock of shit. And I completely over and over, and people always try to tell me, yeah, I know the guys at Circle. I know I have a few friends there, but I just can't, capitulate, I guess. So there's other ways you can fight against the narrative. You can just fucking hold Tether. It's like a big fuck you, and it's always usable anywhere. There will be times where you won't be able to use USDC unless you have KYC, and that's the big thing they don't want to tell you is the reason why lots of people want you to transact in USDC is because the exchanges are the only ones that will provide liquidity back for USDC, but it requires KYC. And you don't see that much transactional volume on swaps and decentralized exchanges with USDT for that fucking reason. Excuse my language, and the legal precedent's been set, right? The reverse on the decisions against Tornado Cash and these other privacy swaps have let, at least for the time being, decentralized exchanges and swaps to be a viable option for us in North America, or for people that are so-called in the free world. But continue to transact in USDT. That's probably not a popular thing or a good thing for me to say, but I'm going to just say it. Don't help the man by removing yourself from another hedge against against the volatility. Diversification is the ultimate hedge against volatility. Do the 1/3 thing. Have a long conviction play. Have another play that can give you the short interval liquidity infusions, and then keep stable so you have the mobility to move up or down. Very simple. No financial advice intended or implied, but yeah, USDT is not going nowhere. Tether is a juggernaut, and you'll continue to see them develop. Donald Trump hasn't shot down Tether. people see, this is the thing. When people make these broad political statements, they talk shit about USDT. But if they were really headhunting USDT, they would have to go after Tether. None of them talk shit about Tether at all. They don't make any. They still have meetings at the White House. They're going to all of the events, and I'm going to be talking about that at a consensus in Hong Kong on the week of the 19th. I have a big talk about that, and we're going to unpack some alpha from there. So, all right, guys, I got to go now. It's my birthday. I got to get some dessert in. Have
Happy
some cake.
birthday, Larry.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Enjoy it,
What's
brother.
going on
Enjoy it.
right now? You all right?
It's been a stressful day. So, yes, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye, guys.
You're golden. What's up, man? What's your
Good
take?
morning. How's it going, man? Yeah, no, just waking up to all this news and the excitement and just like hearing. I'm getting all these calls from my uncles and my family, like, "What the fuck is going on?" I'm like if you've been in the waves, this is okay, man. Like this is all right. And also, I'm just curious. I want to point out the fact. You mentioned that Trump made 800 million and whatever in profits, right? So
That's a report. So let me just set it real straight, real quick.
right.
From a Coinbase director, it's an estimation. But here's the other thing: we don't know like where his other wallet. Like, I'm sure he has other wallets. I mean, this is just stuff that they have tracked.
Exactly right. That's what I was going to point out too. But then also the next phase, what are they going to do with it afterwards? What's the surprise? Will they give it back to the community somehow? Will they integrate it? Will do something innovative? I hope so.
That's what I said in the video too. This could turn out good if he actually brings this, brings this along and does it the right way. Which let's hope he does, right? But I mean, as right now, I mean, I get why people are pissed. I mean, it negatively impacted obviously the meme coin market, but really the entire altcoin market. And a lot of people got wrecked on this, man. A lot of people came into crypto for the first time, got fucking wrecked. And you look at it, that holder base at one point was over 1 million. Now it's like 400,000. I mean, 600,000 people came in probably for the first time. A lot of them got wrecked, left, and so did it do more harm than good at this point? I would say, yeah. Is there still time to rectify it? Yeah. We'll see.
I think so too, man. I think half of the holders are like new holders too. I think is what I heard, which is wild. And if that's the case, and then if that's a taste that we're giving the new holders, that sucks, But I think that there's room for like making up for it, and I think that that's going to happen. If Trump is doing these surprises and making shit happen, and saying what he's going to do, and he does have a good team, man. His team of advisors, they've been around, like they're pretty good, And also his son, and that's involved with deeply in and knows the shit. I think there's some good strategy to be played here. If they want to look right as a good as a good family, as a good presidential looking like in a positive sense, it only behooves them to do a positive thing. It can't be cheating the American people. It'd be stupid.
Exactly. Breaking news: they just delayed the tariffs for Mexico for a month. So
supposedly a good meeting with Trump and
yeah.
Mexican president there. Yeah, there's so many things happening, guys, all at the same time. We're trying to put some stuff up in the nest as things happen.
Yeah, this is just Trump telling them this is coming. I'll delay it for a month, but it's coming. Just sometimes you gotta let them know what's coming.
This is business negotiations.
Yeah, this is business. Now they could breathe, go back and say, okay, we'll accept a smaller number, whatever it is. But yeah, man. Every country charges us, but we don't charge any country. What the fuck, And it's been like this for fucking years. So it's time to pay up, But it's all business, and I truly believe this situation with the tariffs had to do something with the market. But I said it yesterday, and look, it's just there's other things involved. People love to use this as the excuse, but this is not enough fear for the market to dump 30%. And at the end, as you saw, Larry, and my people were like, "There's something going on. It's just pure manipulation. Period. From the exchanges and the market makers. Period. And inside trading, of course."
I'm very, very, very curious to see what happens tomorrow at this meeting. So I mean, they literally just announced this today, and there's a meeting tomorrow at 2:30. I mean, this seems like somebody got a phone call from the big man upstairs and said, "Hey, we're rolling your ass out there tomorrow." What did they announce? What did they say here? I mean, is this something regarding like a crypto stockpile We've heard that. Is it Bitcoin strategic reserve? I mean, this seems like it's being fast tracked to kind of calm the nerves, right? To kind of slow down the thunderstorm that just hit the last 24, 48 hours.
Zach, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, Bitcoin got pounded even faster to 91K. And odds bled, but not this bad. You know?
And I think we know what happened now with Larry kind of putting it out there. I mean, this
they
is winter mute, the market makers fucking us.
They saw Ethereum struggling. They saw Ethereum weak, and they fucking attacked Ethereum big time, dude. And this is what, they started with Bitcoin a little bit. Then if you notice, Ethereum was holding when Bitcoin was dumping. Ethereum was holding, and then all of a sudden I opened up my fucking phone and Ethereum just went, what the fuck is going on?
Don't be surprised. I mean, because this is hurting Trump's bottom line. We know he holds a shit ton of Ethereum in World Liberty. He's down. That whole portfolio's down. I mean, pretty bad. Don't be surprised at all. I think Larry's right. Something's going to come down on Wintermute and some of these market makers. Trump's not going to freaking sit there and take it. Okay. I'm telling you, something. I mean, he's buying Ethereum and Wintermute's dumping. I mean, so let's see what happens, man. This is going to be interesting to kind of watch it play out.
You think it's part of the strategy, though? It's part of the strategy, right? It's got to be.
It could, like a cabal within the cabal. I mean,
it's got to be a strategy, right? Like, I hope. Like, I mean, it's gonna. What do you think? I think it's gonna be. I think it is.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, no matter what, I'm not going anywhere, right? I mean, Kevin, what's up?
Hey, no, I got on this morning and I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm sick. My shit's all down. And then I was like looking at the shit. I'm like, I wish I had more money. So I got some more Doge. I got some more Doge at 25 cents. I don't know if you added more Doge, Zach, and it's already going back up a little bit. I mean, Doge at 25 cents to me was like a no-brainer. I don't know. I don't know if you think it's going to go down more, but it doesn't matter. I'll buy it if it goes down more. I mean, Crow is down to 10 cents. Bought some more Crow. I mean, I just wish I had a lot more money because this is a huge opportunity. Even though I was sick and see my portfolio way down, I switched straight positive. I need to buy.
That's it, man. And that's the mindset we have to like get out there, right? Because we just mentioned a few minutes ago. I mean, so many new people coming in, getting flushed out here. And the thing is, I mean, there are just opportunities everywhere right now, Kevin. I mean, you could look wherever you want to go. I mean, altcoins just got wrecked. I mean, so, do you want more exposure to RWA? Do you want more exposure to Doge? Do you want more exposure to AI? Like, where do you want to go, right? Gaming got wrecked. I mean, Paid, you haven't even spoke yet. Superverse, I was looking at that this morning, wrecked. I mean, so, there's a ton of opportunity. It's just, you got to prioritize it, right? You can't buy everything, right? Clifford, what's up?
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Zach, Bitcoin 98K.
Happy Monday.
Bitcoin sending back up here. Yeah. Oh, real quick, I put in
Yeah.
the nest too. Marty Party basically saying, hey, Coinbase, just the way they manipulated it and crashed the market, they're able to pump the market too.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is Marty saying this? No, for sure. Oh my God.
That's all it was. You guys entertained yet? You guys having fun? You bought the dip, right?
This is it, man.
You did get shook, right?
Welcome to the fucking show.
It was difficult to watch, but I loved every single second of it too, because I was buying all freaking weekend, bro. I'm talking about probably more than I should have, but I'm really happy today. So it's all good. I'm excited for tomorrow, man. I had a great feeling that Tuesday was going to be, I don't know why, but I just felt like Tuesday was going to be an important day. I shared that back on, I think, Friday or Saturday. And damn, my cat just threw up. But yeah, so there's a lot of guys. Michael Saylor's birthday is the 5th. I think CZ's birthday is tomorrow. There's a lot of weird stuff that kind of correlates with February and how things start out. And markets usually you don't really see a pump on the weekends. So I figured, just trying to put some dots together, that Tuesday would probably be a big day. And then next thing you know, the CFTC, I believe it was, announced that they're going to be having a big news event for crypto tomorrow, which is really cool. And that actually kind of correlates pretty good with 2 days from there is the Ondo Summit. So, man, this weekend, that sell off, I know it sucked to watch everybody's portfolios go down. It sucked for me to watch too. But, dude, I was just deploying as much as I could to try to get, into better positions than I was, because there's so many positive things that are going on within the crypto space that even though the noise is loud in the short term, it's very, very much more positive long term. We have an opportunity to actually get the things into legislation that we want. Maybe not everything that we want, but we're definitely going to have a better opportunity than we've ever had before. And I'm not going to let any news of tariffs or any of that bullshit sway me from what I believe is going to happen in the future. But I loved it this weekend, man. I hope everybody, took that opportunity to better themselves and their positions if they wanted to. And I just look forward to what we got coming, man. Appreciate you having me up, Zach.
Always, man. Always. Yeah, I'm super pumped for the Ondo Summit too, guys. I posted something up in the nest. I made a post on it this morning. First ever Ondo Summit starts, in roughly 72 hours. MasterCard, BlackRock, Swift, all confirmed. Keep in mind, Ripple and Ondo just partnered up. You got David Sachs going on stage tomorrow. I'm staying in this camp, man. We're going to get some big news when it comes to RWA. And this is going to be, in my opinion, an institutionally driven bull run. And a lot of people would say, well, what about retail? Are they ever going to come back? Maybe, but we don't need them. As long as you're part of the retail that's here. That's it, right? I mean, we do need them, but not really. Because when these billions and trillions of dollars come in from the institutions, I just want to be one of the retail people sitting here in this space, in this room.
Zach, man, I've never been the biggest fan of Soul, but just, man, I think Soul is just gonna send. I think this monster is gonna hit like $300 one. Look, it just hit 181 and then boom, 210 right now, 208. Like it went up $20 like nothing. Like if it was a fucking $1 million market cap project going from 1 million to fucking 120. I mean, it's crazy how Soul hold it. I don't hold too much Soul, but I'm glad I am holding some Soul. And yeah, man, it's just crazy. This thing could hit like $300 and easily, bro. Just the way it showed the strength last night,
It's one of the best top assets to trade, Mark, because it's so volatile. It's crazy how big of a market cap it is, but it's still so volatile.
Right.
It shocks me too, man. The amount of volume that comes in there is nuts.
I think this is the time. This is the time for Ethereum. Now, I think the time is now. For this thing to fucking go parabolic. If Ethereum doesn't move by March, I'll be not concerned, like super concerned, but I'll be like, come on, guys, this game is going. This is too long. Look at Zach. I know Zach. It's Listen, the other day I paid $1 for gas. Okay, so Ethereum is getting better.
Listen. My top holding is Bitcoin. My second top holding was Ethereum, but now it's Solana. Think about that.
That's good. That's good.
And listen, I'm not a maxi. I'm just I see what happens, what moves. Solana has some of the best marketing out there. They've put a stamp of approval on meme coins for their chain. Doesn't matter if they fucking rug or whatever. The liquidity's there. Trump launched on Solana. That should say something. I was watching where he was going to launch something, and the fact that he's pushing Solana just says to me I should buy Solana. Whether you like it or not, You go where the money goes, and that's how you win in this space, 100%. And I think in my second, now my third, I think largest holding is Stable. I know that's crazy, right? But it's because at any moment there can be a war, things can go blood red, and you have to have money on the side to buy the fear. That's what makes billionaires. So that's pretty funny, though. I'm still up there with Ethereum. I still like it, but I think it's going to fall behind. Honestly, yes, it's very secure. It's a great network, but gas fees, nah, fuck that shit. Anyone trading on that is stupid right now at the moment.
By the way, Zach, great news actually out of Podchain. I think they're very close for the mobile version. I think they're going to be sending out certain people, to test it out. So they're closer. They're way closer than I ever imagined. For the mobile version, I think the Chrome extension is very, very close, probably days from it. That's pretty big,
Do they have an app, Mar? They need an app if they don't have one. They want to get.
They don't know. They don't know. They don't have the mobile app yet, but it's close to that. I actually was thinking that it was going to be probably coming for the second quarter, but no way. It's pretty much from what I hear, from what I heard, and the question I asked, and he directly told me, on space, it's pretty much done. It's just Apple to. I think they already told me it's pretty much done, on a space. They said in front of, and they're just getting ready to send it to Apple. That's what takes time. I think Android, it's much faster,
Yeah.
But the testing is they're gonna send it. They tweeted yesterday about it, like, we're gonna send out. Would you like to receive the testing, to test it out? But what they really do need is the extension for Chrome. They need that, man. I said try to push that first. I think that's much easier, to get it approved, and they're waiting on Chrome to approve it. And,
Apple takes a little bit of time, and you need a certain amount of people to.
And let me,
work on.
Zach, let me say something about Podchain. Everyone here knows I'm a fucking investor on Podchain, but
we know that, Mark. Mark is you put fucking Podchain tattooed on your forehead.
Yeah, what they did was amazing with Dex tools. They did this shit. They did this in 4 months, and not to take away from other blockchains that I'm involved in as an investor, but I'm involved in EVM hard fork chains that they're having. They're still waiting to get into Dex tools after even a year, and they are a fork, an EVM chain that's much less complicated than Podchain. That's a whole new thing. They're not a fork. They're not a hard fork. They're going to be running on their own language. I think in 6 months to 9 months, maybe a little bit longer. I think they said at the end of this year. And they got into Dex tools. I mean, in 4 months, man. That right there tells you they do. It's not if or buts. It's we're doing it, and they did it, and that's pretty, hyped up. I was gonna buy a little bit of more Paul when it dipped the other day, but I'm like, you know what, I have enough, and I'm glad I didn't because my stable coins were there for Caspa, man. I bought, like, when I saw Caspa under 10 cents, Zach, not from Subway. When I saw, it was like a fucking kid in a candy store. I want that. Like, I was going to buy all Caspa, but I said, you know what? Actually, somebody on the Telegram tweeted, said about Tau. I'm like, oh shit, Tau. I forgot Tau. It's like, I'm looking at all these prices. I'm like, 40%, fuck it, Like, I'll buy more. But yeah, man, when I said it on the Telegram, I'm buying Caspa. I knew it was coming. When Caspa goes under 10 cents, it's going to be a bloodbath, And I caught it at 8.30, 8.40, which I'm super happy,
And Mark.
Mark.
Oh, sorry, Clifford.
No, go ahead, dude.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I'll go to you. So yeah, I mean, Podchain, what's great about them too is they take great feedback. They don't have an ego. They listen to the community and they move in that direction. But back to more macro stuff, I see a flood coming in of money. Once the banks open those doors, it is on. And like Zach said, we don't need retail. You know, the big institutions, they're going to eat all this shit up, and we're going to be the ones laughing. I'm telling you right now, the money's going to be insane. Yes, a bloodbath right now. They probably want to get into better prices and all that, but everything is leading towards that. I mean, Apple is making it real easy to buy crypto. This is the .com era. This will never happen again. And we are early. We're not so early, but we're early. It's the people 5 years from now are going to be kicking themselves in the ass. And if you just hold, if you just hold those top 10 coins, whatever it is, as it fluctuates, just move with it. You'll be doing very, very well.
And
run.
Zach, I didn't buy Solana, but my biggest buy was Jupiter over Kaspa.
Oh, that's good. That's actually a real good one. That
I want
link. Yeah, no, I think Jupiter's really. I probably should have split up, but I don't know. Something about Solana just tickles me, right? You know what I mean? Even through all the Bitcoin shit, through the cycle, even though if you're not going to get into the shit coins and lose tons of your money, just holding Solana, I think is a great play, diversifying, and I think it's going to be Trump's not going to let that one go because his token's on the freaking chain.
Zach, you love this then. You love this. Have you heard of Securitize?
Yeah.
Securitize. I just threw this up top. But Securitize, which is also, they're partnered with BlackRock on their Buildle fund, and the new AI crypto czar, David Sachs, sat on the board with these guys, and they just announced this morning, like an hour ago, that they're integrating with Solana to tokenize real world assets.
Look, fire! I told you guys to buy Solana, and I told you to get stables. Zach,
look,
it's crazy.
Hey Zach, what about my call on the Telegram? Runes.
Yeah,
Thornton.
Yeah, no, Mars got great calls too.
Nobody wants to buy when there's fucking blood.
I know.
I told you guys. I called it at 105. I got in almost at $1. The shit is at $1.40 now. I was gonna sell. I sold, half of my position. I kept the other half, and I told you guys I'm gonna sell the other half at $1.23. Touched $1.26. This shit was the only green. I know it was fucking like 50%, 100% down like the last few days, but it was the only thing that was green during this whole fucking collapse. And I see it like holding really strong. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna sell $1.23. I'll give it to like $1.15. This market is so fucked up right now, and this thing is holding strong. And today, $1.40, and you gotta buy, guys. Don't be scared, especially a project that's been here for years. Fuck that blood on the streets. I'm buying, and this thing was bleeding, and one of my boys actually found it. He goes, "Yo, Mark, check out Thor." I'm like, "What the fuck is going on with Ruins? Let's go." And I bought like at $1.04, and then I bought a little bit more. When it kept going more down, I'm like, "Fuck it, this thing's gonna come back up." And I truly believe this thing would be right now at probably close to $2 if it wasn't for this fucking collapse the last 24 hours.
It happens, man. But it's funny because the human brain doesn't like to lose, so they buy the FOMO, which is funny. But us and then that come in these spaces all the time, we know to buy the red, keep some money on the side. Not everyone can do it, but even if you have a few bucks, it's better than buying the top of things.
Right. And this trade came from CoinMarketCap, guys. Look at CoinMarketCap. Look at the losers. Don't look at the winners. You're chasing. Look at the losers. And when you see a blue chip project like this down 40-50% in one day, start reading about it. What's going on? When we read, we're like, "Oh, this is fucking stupid fraud." They freezed. I think the swaps for Bitcoin. So I like. My friend's like, "This is stupid. Buy." I'm like, "All right, we're buying."
And Mar, I was talking about this like a couple of weeks ago. Imagine an AI agent, right? You could stick it on one of these coins that you're really interested in, and it could pick up all the information, do some calculations, and tell you if it's a decent buy. You know what I mean? Not give you financial advice, but kind of do all the work for you, and then save you a lot of time, and you can buy at a certain price point.
Right. And something I said, guys, because I want to bring this back. Remember the keyword I said: go to CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. Whenever you see a blue chip down 40-50%, do your homework on it. I'm not talking about a fucking $1 million market cap project that just came out yesterday and they're 80% down. No, 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 no. I stay away from those things. I'm talking about a blue chip project, high market cap with this volume, with this liquidity, and it's down big time. Why is it down? Go in there and do your homework. And if you feel just stupid fucking news, people flooding it, manipulating the shit out of it just to get a better price, you go in there. You get a good price. That's what I find. That's what I mainly look on CoinMarketCap. Blue chips that are big time down, not blue chips that are big time up that day. I don't give a shit. I missed the run. I don't want to, I want to get it when there's blood on the streets, but it'll take time. This takes time, you to control your anxiety, be able to sleep, it just takes time, but if you're not there, you'll get there. You just got to be in the market, focus. And yeah, man. And just like the dip yesterday, everything was down 30%. Shit, 3 years ago, I would have never bought. I'm like, who the fuck? No, I'm not buying. Now I see it, and it's like, being in a candy store.
Yeah, bro. I completed like 3 of my total bag goal totals yesterday. I was able. It dipped so far that I was able to complete 3 different goals that I had on my total holdings. So I was waiting. I was waiting for this, dude. So long. I've been sitting, waiting, DCAing, and yesterday finally happened. So I couldn't be happier, for real. But yeah, man, it's awesome. And then you see today, Trump spoke with I believe her name's Scheinbaum in Mexico. They delayed that tariff for a month. I would anticipate, or I would hope, the same thing's going to happen probably with Canada. And then it not financial advice, but it could be like the entire thing almost never happened, and then we just had that giant update and or that giant dip that was an opportunity. So man, like Zach and Mar said, these opportunities like this, they don't come around all the time, so you got to be ready for it when it comes. Even though there's so much fear, all the KOLs, influencers, everybody else is peddling fear. You've got to try to hold on to that conviction, man, or it's gonna, you're gonna succumb to the fear. And if you do that, you're only gonna lose. You're discounting yourself if you do that. You just gotta look past it sometimes. You gotta know when to get out too, though. But yeah.
Guys, Bitcoin over 99,000. I said it this weekend, and in all my updates, I'm like, okay, you got 2 choices. Choice number 1, leave, go cry in the corner, and stay the same, or buy the dip. Like it's really that simple. Like, and so many people, and I get it, man. It's just so tough to see, man. So many people freaking out, running for the hills. It's just, damn. Like, if we could just get everybody to think like Clifford's thinking. I mean, look at this. Look at the reversal happening right now.
No, and Zach, let me tell you, because someone was asking me, these people that manipulate the market, they don't dump it to 30%, okay, or 35% that was yesterday. They started. They don't finish the dump. Retail finishes the dump, and guess who starts the pump? Them. They dump it 10%, and then they start the 10% pump. Because people are, oh, but if they dump it 30%, no, they start the fear.
Mar, but Trump started the fear. I really think it has to do with the information that just came out with the tariff. Trump started it. He fucking killed the market. Now he's delaying it because he sees what's happening.
Yeah.
And now the market's picking
Of course.
So just watch what Trump says.
Listen, they start the fear and they start the FOMO. Period. Yeah.
Fear and FOMO. That sounds like a great space title.
Yeah, and to Zach's credit, Zach Humphreys, you were one of the few large accounts out there that I saw that was actually, saying, "Hey, look, this could be an opportunity, guys." One of the very few out there. So that was a great call, man. Fantastic call. I saw a lot of you other guys saying that too, but a lot of some of the bigger accounts were not saying that kind of stuff. So you gotta watch who you follow, man. Follow people that's in this room. They know what time it is.
100%, man. It's good to have Kova back up here too. We got a bunch of people requesting. We'll get to everybody. I do want to shout out Bitcoin on Base as well, one of our top sponsors. I'm sure it's Brian over there. Brian, man, what's your take on everything? And guys, if you're not following Bitcoin on Base, make sure you do so. One of the top projects on the Base chain. Brian, what's your take right now, man?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. He's probably making breakfast or something. This is the Crypto Breakfast Club, right?
I was gonna say, yeah.
No, where's Mutasco? Mutasco needs to get his ass up here.
Mutasco is up here. He's a speaker too. I didn't know if he was.
Oh, I see him as a listener. Fucking X.
I think he's I think he's a speaker. I didn't see him with his hand up. Usually, if he's got something, Mutasco. But if you're there, we'll get to you, man. Kova, I want to get Kova in here though, because we haven't seen Kova in a while, man. How you doing, brother?
How's it going, guys? I jumped in because I saw the market yesterday. I'm like, this is going to be good tomorrow. So I decided to come in. I've been MIA because, you got to take care of life. You got to, my wife got a job, so I had to get a car. So I had to make sure that I had the funds for that. So I pulled away from the market some to make sure my priorities are taken. And this is exactly why, man. If you're in here, you got to pay your bills. You got to take care of life first before you could invest in crypto. Because when these days come, they're gonna make you shit your pants. I was cool as a whistle yesterday, man. I saw the market. I went to check the charts and everything, and I saw that it was red. I'm like, oh my god, what can I buy? I was excited, not scared. If you were scared yesterday, you got to check to see what you're doing and how you're prioritizing things. You got to work on your crypto callus, man. You got to work on your crypto callus because all this is a shakedown, man. It's people manipulating the market in order to get people to sell so they could better position their own position. All right. So if you sold your stuff out of fear yesterday, you got to work on your crypto callus because you're fucking failing, plain and simple right now. If you got shaken off and you sold yesterday, you're doing horrible. You got to work on it and work on your game. And odds are that you were probably deep in some meme coins and you really got wrecked. So I would readjust. I would invest in stable coins and learn to market more if you sold yesterday, right? Because you're not doing good. Just keep this in mind. If you're involved in crypto right now, it's no simple. It doesn't get more simple. You either think it's going to fail or it's going to succeed. That's it. Crypto's either going to fail or succeed. There's no other one. All right. So if you think it's going to fail, don't be involved. If you're here, then you think that it's going to succeed. The other thing you need to do is read the room. Who has invested in crypto? And right now, the president of the United States has gone in on crypto. Now, the decisions he's made the last couple of days are not to benefit crypto. It's not. His focus has not been crypto right now. So whatever he's done or whatever, you could get pissed off at him, whatever. It don't fucking matter because it's not about crypto. It's about people. There's the issue that we have right now is that fentanyl shit. And he went, and if you're not following the news too, you got issues too. He warned him. He's been telling him that he was going to impose these tariffs forever. So if this was a surprise to you, you fucking failed yourself again. All right. So these were coming. He let it out known. And what people do that manipulate the market is that they do it with this news to really instill that fear in you. So you sell off. Now, remember, I ain't no expert. This is just my personal opinion, right? This is what I'm seeing. But he has invested. He has a son that's freaking balls deep in crypto, all right, that loves it. So it's going to bounce back. When time comes for him to focus on crypto, it's going to take off. Now, this is the other thing you need to watch out for. These terrorists aren't going to last forever. These are meant to cause pain on people. Now, Mexico was smart. They talked to Trump and said, "Okay, we'll bend a little bit right here. Can you delay it some?" They said yes. Trudeau didn't go that way. He decided, no, we're going to impose 25% tariffs on the United States. Fuck him. And if you've been following that guy, he's been making all sorts of bad decisions. And now he's trying to tell the Canadian people, hey, buy Canadian so we could save our market. What are they going to do? Buy like a lifetime supplies of maple syrup to keep their market afloat? I don't think so, guys. They're going to fold too. He's going to fold. And when it does, this market is going to take off. When President Trump got elected, you saw the market just fucking take off. And at that time, everybody in this room was like, man, I wish I would have been in on this, on that, on this, on that. And yeah, I know we talked about, what was it? Chronos, Coin. Yeah, Chronos Coin. We talked about Cash. Everything took off. Everything took off. And we were a little bit disappointed that we didn't have more of those. This is our opportunity to get in. This is exactly what I was waiting for. I had a little bit of extra cash, and when everything dropped, I was like, man, what do I get into? What do I get into? And then I saw Mars post, Cash, 8 cents. I was like, holy shit. Yep, getting in on Cash. I bought some ETH. ETH is freaking low, man. It's almost at its 52-week low. It was an excellent opportunity to buy some and also get into other ETH-based meme coins if that's what you like, because gas fees are so low. We complain about how bad gas fees were when everything was pumping. This is a time to get into them. All right, this is a time when it goes up, you buy your money, you hold on to it till you see one of these dips and come in, because it's gonna be ain't gonna be much, man. They're shaking out retail. Eventually, when the manipulators are like, all right, these guys aren't buying as much, that's when it's really gonna pump, all right? But as long as people keep dumping, keep selling at these points, they're gonna keep doing it. It's gonna keep hurting. So just keep money on the side and buy at the dip. Um, that's all I got, man. It's good to hear you all. Sorry I've been gone. I talked to Mar. He's like, man, you haven't been at the Crypto Breakfast Club. I'm like, man, it's hard because, I'm trying to save this money on the side to buy this car. And, if I go in, it's like going into the candy shop and you're broke as fuck. And you're like, man, they're talking about all this yummy candy and I can't buy any. So, yeah, that's why I haven't been around. I hate listening and not being able to get in on stuff. So, and it worked pretty good for me. I wasn't tempted to do anything stupid. So I recommend that to you guys. Go watch Squid Game season 2 or something. And, it kind of lets you visualize how greedy people are, and it makes you kind of think about the market. You have every opportunity not long ago to get out and take your profits, but you stayed in anyways. And this happened, and it's just part of it. You decided to hold on and play one more game to gain a little bit more. Now you're feeling the effects of it. Don't worry. You sat in and you stayed in for a reason, because you believe in crypto and followed through. Hold on to your conviction. And that's all I got, guys. Thanks for letting me up, Zach and everybody else. Nice to see you more. And, hold on, brothers. It'll come again. I'm out. Bazinga.
Let's go. Let's go. I missed that, man. I miss having you in here, man. Welcome back in, man. Hey, let's get down to, or let's get back up to Brian on Bitcoin on Base from Bitcoin on Base. I think he's ready to roll.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't pop in earlier. I had a call come in. We're juggling a lot, obviously. But good morning, everyone. Good morning, Zach. Yeah, we're actually launching this company this week, On Chain Wellness, and it's all about everything we're talking about today. The folks that are new to crypto, that are completely oblivious to all the things we're speaking about today. I don't know, we probably have like 150 people in the room, something like that. The thousands of people that are new, what's the access point for them to achieve this kind of information? So the platform we're building with on-chain wellness will be, something that they can all plug into. It'll be ubiquitous with this entire ecosystem, giving some basic education in what to do around these uncertain times. Having folks like Zach, I spoke to Larry over the weekend on his space. He's interested in providing some education in it as well. Having voices in the space pop in and guide people through turbulent times and also the good times. How to safely trade in the space, how to preserve your holdings when you have them and not get scammed if you clicking on a terrible link. But moreover, when you are impacted mentally or emotionally by all of this, that there's either one-on-one therapy or group therapy opportunities, support through that on-chain platform where you can just plug in with your wallet, maintain privacy, not have to divulge your sorry, another call came in. A lot of people in crypto are very skeptical about giving personal information out, and that's kind of like the standard when you're entering in a therapeutic setting. But ours will be more of a masterclass educational type platform where just plugging in with your wallet and having access to all the information needed to just stay, healthy and maintain a good, solid well-being. So really excited to have that roll out. We're launching the company this week on Chain Wellness, and the newest edition with Michael Johnson, the son of U.S. Ambassador Ronald Johnson, who's nominated to become U.S. Ambassador to Mexico. Interestingly, it's all happening at this time where Trump is super adamant about reducing the levels of fentanyl coming into our country. That's going to be what this gentleman's tasked with. The reason that this whole project started is we were partnered with a rehab facility whose CEO lost a son to a fentanyl overdose, and why we're all so motivated to assist folks with mental health and addiction issues in this space particularly, but the application will become a global opportunity for anyone in any industry. But thanks for letting me come up. We have lots cooking, and I'll come back in the next few days. I've been silent over the last 3 of your spaces just because it's lots cooking. So
Hey,
There
who's
you
the
guys
one
go.
that's speaking? Who was speaking right now? I couldn't see it on my chart. I'm trying to figure out who's
my
just
name's
speaking.
my name's Brian Johnson. I'm with Bitcoin on Base.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, and I guess I make this goof sometimes, not making the direct correlation. Bitcoin on Base, it's a community token, a CTO that started 8 months ago, and the purpose of our seeking to achieve long-term sustainability, kind of migrating from memeability to needed utility, is converting our token from just a meme to having some use case, and in the application be a rewards token to incentivize participation and reward healthy behaviors for folks that are guiding through, the track of, on-chain wellness. So yeah, through the business entity, we're going to be funding through an equity safe note and have an initial allocation of funds to acquire tokens and put into a reserve to provide for those rewards. But then also through company revenue, give back 3% of revenue to the community for token buybacks to fund the community operations, Bitcoin on Base, and additional marketing expenses through the future. So there's always going to be a constant stream of revenue from the for-profit company going into the community token.
I put all the details up in the nest, guys, too. If you want to check out Bitcoin on Base in more detail, love it, man. Love the vision, and appreciate you as always, Brian.
Yeah, brother. Thank you.
Let's see. AI arsenals. I think you've been waiting.
Hey guys, it's actually Morgan. Paid's wife, ex-wife, as along with my, my mom. So no, so thank God he's not here right now because I don't feel like getting yelled at. But no, I unfortunately got my account suspended for, I guess, automation, it says, which I'm not an automated account, but I did find out that it could have been from me using the Pro deck. So it's kind of funny, not funny. It's nice to come in here and just like realize and see you guys again through kind of, like a different eye, because listening to you guys now, I realize why I fell in love with the with the crypto breakfast the first time, because of just all the amazing people in here, especially with what Broughton's doing. Always good to hear Mars. Unfortunately, I didn't get to hear Matasco yet, but maybe we will. Cliff saying, about Zach, and saying that being bullish on days where most people are bearish. Kova, and of course Zach from Subway talking about some AI assistance. Zach, you ever want to throw something down together? I'm in. But it's so good to like come back and just fall in love with this space all over again, as a different account. But I'm definitely fighting for my old account. But yeah, no, I just wanted to say thank you guys, and it's so good to hear all this stuff. And and again, happy that Page's down there and I can just poke at him while he is. So thanks, you guys.
Let's go. Your corp, I think you had something.
Good morning, everybody. Well, I was just gonna say about this morning, the conversation that we were having about what was going on with whatever their name is. But definitely, we had to, how Larry said, we had to like do something. They have to be accountable for what they did, and let's get together and at least put it on X, tag, tell everybody about what's going on, so like that everybody could be aware of what this is going on. And then also, if you did not take advantage of this, I'm not sure what you're doing, because this was a great, great, great opportunity. I woke up, I was doing my Pokemon stuff, and I woke up the next day, well, pretty much yesterday, and I was like, oh man, I got scared for a second, because I'm like, dang, what a big dip. What could have happened? Did Trump said something against crypto or something? That was my first thought. But then I'm like, no, man, this probably is back again in 2021, 2022. So fuck it, let me buy shit. So I was pretty excited, and I bought some position again in XRP. That was like the first thing first that I used all the USDT that I had. Then I had some extra money from Shiba Inu and from a Dogecoin that I moved around. I had some profit out of it, and I moved it, even though I could have some more profit before. But I was like, fuck it, let me move it around and open more position, and as well put some into quant and H bar all over again. Sui in Phantom did I guess already put Sui, and when I opened Phantom, it says something. Sui is now here, pretty much. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I got into there because I did not like the fact how to go to buy Sui, like to the way. Like I was feeling more comfortable through Phantom or through any other stuff that I'm already feel comfortable with. So that's the good news there. But just want to let you guys know that situation like this, guys, remember to always take advantage. Like Zach always says, have money in your pocket just for a situation like this, because it's really important that this is how we get rich. This is how we make money, and don't sleep on the Crystal Breakfast Club. And hey, share the information that Larry said to everybody, so the people from whatever mute place, whatever their name is, I don't give a fuck anymore, but whatever their name is, they can be accountable for their actions, because that's how new investors are going to be scared, and they will never come back again until like next cycle or never again. Because I got some friend of mine telling me, bro, what the fuck you got me into? And I'm like, nah, I didn't get into. I just told you information, but it sucks that now they don't trust on crypto. They always like, oh, I knew crypto was a scam because of shit like this. But they don't see the way that we see it, because they haven't been through it. They don't have the balls to stay through the bear market or through whatever flash dip, flash crash, or whatever happens. They don't have the balls to stay. So the people that stay are the strong one and the one that will become rich. So just spread the word, guys. Much love to everybody. Let me keep on working here. Just wanted to talk real quick to you guys, tell my opinion, and don't be afraid. For anybody here has any opinion, don't be afraid to say it. I sounded like a dumbass just talking crap, but guys, no matter what the information that you say, I don't know it, so it might help me and something that I didn't know. So just come up here, share it, share the room, like everything, bro. Everything. Trust me, it's gonna help us. It's just gonna help us, all of us in here. Be safe, guys. Much love, and have a good day. I'll be here. If you guys want to drop me down, side, go for it, please, so that other people can come up.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you, man. Huddle, go ahead.
Yo. Good morning, everybody. I've just been listening in. So, I'm like, this is a funny situation for me. First of all, I'm Canadian, but I live in Mexico. So, this is like a double conundrum.
Wow.
I'm not gonna, I'm a little pissed because yesterday I was so happy. Like, I had a little bit of US cash that I wanted to hit the Casa de Cambiar and switch out. I woke up this morning like, oh fuck, I knew I should have got my ass out of the house yesterday, but it was raining and whatever. Anyways, I didn't, so I missed an extra couple bucks on my dollars, but it's all good. But that being said, I had a laugh because I can't remember who was saying it, but they're like, what are you gonna sell, maple syrup? Yeah, Justin Trudeau's been fucking our country up for a while now. Hence why I now live in Mexico, because I just got sick of I got sick of him. The whole liberal parade that's happening in Canada is like destroying the country that I grew up in. It's not the same country I grew up in. It's not the Canada that, it's not the Canadian I identify as. Um, Anyways, that being said, I think that there is something to be said about these tariffs, though. There's a lot of people who in Mexico were upset about it. There's a lot of people in Canada who are upset about it. But I do think that some of it is somewhat necessary. I mean, I understand where Trump is coming from. He's trying to restabilize economies on the global scale. And when we're constantly, Canada's constantly importing or we're exporting at low fees, you know what I mean? It is destroying our own economy. So as many people think that it's not beneficial to Canada to have these tariffs, like it does force Canadians to start buying Canadian. It does force Mexicans to rely on their economy. And on a global scale, that's accurate in my opinion as well. If we have first of all, I laughed when you said the maple syrup thing, but a lot of people don't realize Canada is actually a very resource rich country. We have pretty much everything. We've got precious metals. We've got the world's largest supply of fresh water. We've got oil. We've got timber. We've got, just so many resources, and they are being squandered off our government. I say our government. I have not lived in Canada for 4 years now. I frankly don't even want to go back. But the Canadian resources, we squander them off to other countries. Before Justin Trudeau, our prime minister tried to sell the ports to Russia. What in the hell is that? We have no control. Our government has no control over how they have control, but they just choose not to regulate things in a way that's beneficial to Canadians. It's backstreet pocketing of cash that's happening. So when Trump is doing this stuff, I do get it. A lot of people are not happy about it. A lot of people feel like yes, it's going to affect society. It is going to affect the pricing and the cost of things for people. But these are just temporary effects. And maybe I say temporary, but it's like a one generation type effect. Whereas we've been doing this import export without any kind of real eyeballs on the effects of it for so long. And that's why places like the US are struggling and suffering when they really don't need to be. Canada is struggling and suffering when it doesn't need to be. So I don't know, that's just a personal opinion on that little piece there. Yeah, but that dip yesterday, everyone should have either bought or at least held your bags. The people who got shook out yesterday, I mean, bye. At the end of the day, this is not a game for the weak-hearted. This is not an industry for people who are not comfortable with risk. And, for those people, I think the gentleman who just spoke before me said, some of the people were like, oh, you got me into this. Like, you should be grateful. You should be grateful I taught you about this, and take the time that you have in order to go learn more about this. It makes no sense for people to be, I don't know. I guess I don't have paper hands, so I don't behave like this. I don't know. This is a little rant. Go ahead.
No, I love it. Super interesting perspective too on kind of where you're coming from, and from the macro side of kind of where we are right now. Super interesting, guys. We do have about 6 minutes left to go in the space. I do gotta end it right around 11:30 today. So, Derek, you got your hand up. Go ahead, bro.
No. I'm not necessary. Let someone else pop in. Do everything with conviction. For those that sold, sometimes you got to unplug. Let the market do what it does. Set up dream limit orders because you never know when those are going to happen. For those of you that hit XRP yesterday at 190, that was the biggest blessing you could ever have. Ethereum at 25. Look, know what you own and do everything with conviction. That's it. I love you guys. You guys are the best. I've got 1,000 more things to say. I want to talk about China, but anyway, we'll do it tomorrow. God bless you guys. We're going to rock and roll. Wolves running packs.
Hey, Zach, real quick.
Yeah, man.
I just want to say real quick, World Liberty Fi put out a tweet just a little bit ago letting people know we're making routine movements of our crypto holdings as part of regular treasury management and payment of fees and expenses to address working capital requirements. So look for them to potentially add and or remove some things from their holdings in the coming days. I would say with that being said, right there, they didn't say that they're removing anything, but they did say that they're making routine movements. So whatever that means to you. But yeah, man, great space as always, Zach. I appreciate you doing this every day, man. There's always some fantastic knowledge to take away from the speakers that come in here. You guys yourselves, the hosts, everybody. It's a great learning experience, man. And I hope more people continue to join in and listen because they even if let's say there was somebody else that was speaking earlier, you may not necessarily have the funds to buy the dips at certain times, but at least you can learn on for future dips on how to navigate those for when you may have the funds to be able to partake in some of those opportunities. So there's always something to take away from this space, even if you can't buy right now at this moment or that moment, whatever. But learning is the most important thing. So appreciate you, Zach, and I hope everybody has a great week, bro.
Thanks, Clifford. Much appreciated, man. Yeah, and just to echo that, yeah, shout out to everybody who drops in here every single day, and especially good to kind of all come together and share our thoughts on days like today, like after the big shakeout and after people are freaking out. I think these are probably the most important spaces to hold and to have because there's just so much noise out there, right? And just getting different perspectives and having people kind of share their ideas and share their thoughts, whether you agree or disagree, you learn, and I think you don't necessarily have to learn from people's successes, or you don't really necessarily have to agree with people to learn too, right? I mean, it's just good that we can all come in here and share thoughts and ideas and all glean from it. So appreciate you, bro. Mutasco, I know you could speak for the next 30 minutes, but I'll give you 3. And I respect that.
Actually, so
Go ahead.
I was multitasking, so I kind of posted some stuff in the comment section. So if anybody wants to go, it'll probably be what I was gonna rant on, but if you care to know, just go read it. I think my message is stay in the game. If you're shopping with Amazon, Costco, your kids are watching Netflix and you don't own any stock of Netflix, that's literally like a joke, right? If you're in crypto every day, you're on these spaces, it's not a time to panic and run away. It's almost like it's a grocery store. We're all in here. We know this is the future, right? Because as you know, if you know, I'm trying to kind of connect grocery shopping and crypto trading. I hope that makes sense because you go in there to buy stuff to eat. In crypto, the thing with crypto that baffles me is that if you come in here with an open mind, you're going to walk away with new knowledge. And that new knowledge is going to equip you to face the uncertainties of the world, right? That we see. These things are not going to end, right? We were talking about deep seek, and now we're talking about tariffs. I'm looking ahead on the banks, like the community banks. I'm reading reports on the FDIC, and so these are like layers, right? So as we're talking about tariffs right now, there's something that will come. I don't know if it's a bank liquidity situation, but watch out. It never ends. What you want to know is that are we in a bull run? We are in a bull run, right? And everything directs us towards like everything collapsing in 2026. Now, some of them, the data we see now is projecting that. It could be wrong. It could be off by maybe several months. Whatever it is, put that ahead of you and not try to walk away from the market this moment, because this is not that moment. So stay in the game is going to help you a lot. Do you know how much $1,000 will get you? How much position size you could get with $1,000 maybe 3 weeks ago versus what happened in just the last 48 hours? And sometimes it's not even about, no, you don't need to have a PhD to understand these things. All you have to do, and the thing with crypto that's beautiful is that everybody is in this space, right? It doesn't matter what your class is, whatever. You're in this space, and if you're in here and you're using the information wisely, you're gonna do well. Okay, so guys, I know the panic, I know the feeling. If you haven't been through several cycles, it's hard to swallow these things. But when these things are happening right now, always expect that the other side looks very different. And sadly, before the announcement happened, some people actually traded on this news. Okay. So you're gonna have people that would sound like this is not anything because they're trading literally by the seconds, right? And they're making money as these things are happening. So when you're sad, remember when the chart is red, somebody is celebrating. When the chart is green, some people are just like, they're celebrating, but there's a FOMO. So be careful out there. But what I always like to say is, and guys, it's not financial advice. I'm just saying, if you've been in the game for a while, you have to think about days like this as opportunity. Accumulate in your conviction place, right? Things that you understand, that you know it's going to be here. Put a little bit more in there, and it might just help you, right? Because the next move up, it doesn't tell you, it just moves. And the relationship between, exchanges, they have order books, and the order books have relationships with market makers, right? Now if you go down the list, you have dexes, you have, dapps that do all kinds of crypto derivative trading stuff. So you have to understand that if we eliminate any market maker, we're going to have a much bigger problem. Okay. So these games are played. It's painful to watch, but this is not the moment to wish bad luck for anybody, right? Because we're all in the same game, and I hope everybody stays safe. It's going to be good on the other side here soon, guys. So just stay in the game. My message is stay in the game. And I know it sounds easy, but you're gonna find out why I say that, right? Because it's gonna be sweet when you just sit there and watch people formoing in at the top, and you're wondering, oh my God, like why are they buying at the top? Well, yeah, it just happens. Have a good day.
Awesome. Appreciate everybody so much. And to Matasco's point, I agree 100%. Just keep going. Don't go anywhere. If you have conviction in crypto, don't go anywhere because we're just getting started. Things are just heating up. We've never been in this type of environment before. So listen, if you've been here for a while, we've been through some shit. All right, and this is nothing compared to some of the things we've gone through when it comes to COVID, FTX, and Luna, and scams and rug pulls. I think a lot of this is just overblown, and no matter what the market's going to do its thing. It's going to go up, it's going to go down. But, as Warren Buffett once said, it's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. And I think that's important, especially if you have that, long-term vision here. So appreciate everybody so much. And we'll be back. A great way to kick off the week. We'll be back tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Another quick shout out to our sponsor today on the space, Bitcoin on Base. They went ahead and posted up some things in the nest. Make sure you guys go follow their account, hop in their Telegram, take a look at their website, and see if it's a good investment for you. And shout out to all of our sponsors. Paul, of course, one of our long-term sponsors, just was talking with the team from Algorand. Can't wait to have them come in our spaces here. We're starting up with them in a few short days. So that's pretty exciting there. And we have some other things in the works. Oh, we do have a space tonight as well. If you guys want to learn about a new crypto gaming project under a $500,000 market cap, we're doing a special AMA with Meta Brawl tonight. I'll go ahead and repost it on my feed so you guys can see that resurface on the top of my feed. We'll be over there at 7 o'clock Eastern tonight. If you guys want to come and hang out, it'll just be an hour AMA and talking about the macro a little bit when it comes to gaming, and then talk about what Meta Brawl's got cooking up. So that should be fun and exciting. But we'll also be back tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. And busy days. I'm going to have a ton of videos coming out on YouTube too. So if you guys want to support over there and check out those, that's awesome. So appreciate you guys. We'll see you.